Rồi, chào mừng cả nhà đến với đường đua. Có một chút thay đổi đặc biệt. Hôm nay chỉ có 2 tay đua kiệt sức thôi. Cỡ chữ là 30 và tốc độ là 13 nha cả nhà. Lesson 1, the formula of the source of light. Okay. Repeat after me. I am on track. I'm ready. One,
I'm
two,
on
three.
track. I'm ready.
I'm ready. Go.
Lesson 1, the
Lesson
formula
1,
of
the
the source
formula
of
of the source
life.
of light.
Reading 1.
one.
Currently, our
Currently,
society,
our society is being governed
three
by three perspectives. The first perspective is the scientific perspective. The
perspective.
second is the religious and belief perspective. And the third is the perspective of morality principle. Regardless of where we live in the world, we are currently being influenced by the perspective. And one of the law that influences us greatly is the cause and effects and the law of causal condition interaction.
If we imagine our current life is our current
If we
result,
imagine our current life is our current result,
there is
simply the
more
outcome of the stage we saw in the past, there is
What
a
is this
formula called the
formula?
formula of the source of life. What is the formula? Let's find out. The formula for design outcomes. Let's go favorable condition design outcome. Therefore, if we want to create a desired future, we focus on creating the good cause right in the present moment. This knowledge, religion, and belief, science, and morality and principle.
To one statement, we need to
Only
understand
to one statement. We need to understand the root cause of personal life through these three perspectives to be considered to have a thorough understanding of the cause.
When standing
under the scientific perspective, why do we have that result today? If standing under the religious and belief perspective, why do I have that result today? If standing under the perspective of morality principle, why do I have that result today?
First,
let's thoroughly understand the cause from the scientific perspective to discuss the source of light of a person, religions and belief, morality, principle, science. The formula of the source of light. We take a piece of paper and write down the word result at the bottom and circle it, then draw an arrow leading to the result. If we have to choose one word that directly represents the result of our life today, that affects our life result, it would be choice. Let's forgive the message that choice directly affects the result of our life today. But let's reflect. It is true that the change of choices we make in the past determine the result of our life today. When we reflect, we often grant ourselves the right to choose good things in life. However, when it comes to unpleasant things, the tendencies of our inner self is to attribute the choice to others. If we contemplate even the desirable or undesirable situation in life, we owning to our choices, we will understand that the source of light originates from ourselves. Therefore, the source of light originates from me, but it's not my fault. Why is not my fault? My fault? Is it because we didn't know any better? If our knowledge, awareness has been better, we wouldn't have not made that choice. At the time, our awareness have only at that level, which led to that choice. Therefore, the choice we make in that exactly moment were correct. That lead to a famous saying: if you want to change circumstances, change your personality. This explains that a person repeatedly recreate the same circumstances due to their form personality. However, we do not know what kind of personality is used for a good outcome. So if we focus on changing personality, it's not yet the root cause. This is because no specific personality trait that a person life will be good. Research is studying wealthy people found that one person become rich in one way and the other in a different way. They have different personality. Therefore, any personality can potentially lead to wealth, but any personality can also lead to poverty. Ultimately, people realize that even if they change their personality, they wouldn't know which one will operate it. But focus on changing personality, not the root cause, and the result will still repeat. But if you don't change your personality, you don't change the result. Yet focuses on changing personality doesn't work because it isn't the root cause. The expressive format a person create their personality. After this realization, they started acting to focus on changing habits. Good habits lead to a good personality, resulting in the good choices. After some time, people discover that changing personality changes the result. However, they realized that the habits also not the root cause. They investigated further and found that a recent action determined their habits. So they say that not just good action will lead to good habit, but habit leads to good personality, and a good personality will lead to a good destiny, a good life result. Following that, they try to manage people action, but they discover that action will repeat the old pattern and change in a person action is very difficult. They succeeded in changing the action, but focus on changing action did not last. Eventually, as with Roberts, we decide that a person's thought determine their action. They tell us that a good thought will create good action will result in good habit. Good habit will lead to a good personality, which then leads to a final result choice. Thus, the saying so a thought-driven action, so an action-driven habit, so a habit-driven personality, so a personality-driven destiny. The entire world focus on how people could cultivate a good mindset and good thoughts. However, through different resources over time, people discovered that even they tried to control their thought, negative thoughts still repeated emerge in their life. These thoughts are always present in their mind. They begin to investigate what determines a person's thoughts. It focuses on thoughts. A person continues to develop negative thoughts in life. The question is raised: what shapes a person's thoughts? High-level mental and experts pointed out that is they believe that shape the thought. Belief essentially human only hold belief about something. This belief can be counted to the design or aligned with the design. Desire is also known as a positive or negative belief. For example, someone says, I trying to lose weight, but I can't lose any. I'm discouraged. I keep trying, but it didn't work. Normally, we think assesses that they lack belief their ability to lose weight. However, the deeper truth is that the person holds the belief that they are very fast and they will never be able to become thin. Whatever belief a person holds, their life result will form accordingly. This is because the belief directly affects their choices. And whatever belief it held, that result manifests. If we hold the belief that we cannot do something, the result is that we cannot do it. Human belief have a 99% concept belief, 100% conviction that we hold the belief. The difference lies only the resistance of that belief, whether it's aligned or go against the desire. If humans know this knowledge, it would be but if someone believes I am not beautiful, no matter what I do, I'm not beautiful. The result is that the person believes they are ugly, so nothing they do make them beautiful. Therefore, some people imitate others and go to the no job, but their inner belief is that they have ugly person get to a no job, which sometimes result in them damaging their nose. Conversely, a person who already believes they are beautiful, then they get a procedure is make them more even beautiful. People who hold the belief that they are happy become happier when they get married. Obviously, if we hold the belief that we are miserable, then whoever we marry, we will remain miserable. There was a story about a woman whose husband was launchable. He was a famous self-development trainer. A reporter interviewed him, play a talk trick and turn into his wife. Her husband is a very famous self-development trainer, and he has helped many people change their life and become happy. But honestly, have it brought happiness to you? The woman answered immediately, no. Everyone around were alarmed, wondering why she said that, and it could damage her husband's reputation. Another person asking, so have your husband truly brought you a happy life result? And she said no. Then another person skillful asked a more open-ended question. The woman smiled and replied, how can a man bring happiness to a woman? A woman must have happiness on her own, and only then can a man bring her more happiness. He haven't brought me happiness. I must be a happy person, and he just the one who brings me more happiness. Internally, we lack the belief that others love us. We don't believe our husband or truly love us, so we try to demand their love. And what is the resulting comment? People do not love us because internally we lack their beliefs. So we don't see the result externally. Therefore, we only need to change our inner belief system to change the result. Here, the concept we need to grasp the inner belief versus the conscious desire. For example, when a woman and a man get married, they expect the marriage to be harmonious and happy. However, deep down, some people inner belief they're not feeling in harmony their happy marriage. So the conscious desire is for a harmonious and happy marriage, but in the belief contrasted with desire, the result is that the inner belief always triumph over the conscious desire. If the inner belief and the conscious desire are unified, life becomes wonderful. The conscious desire usually aim for good things, for example, a happy marriage, success in work, or good relationship with people. Almost everyone wishes for positive outcome. If the conscious desire is unified with the inner belief, human life is wonderful. Human struggle at this point between thoughts and belief that is crucial. Great way for the brain mindset and the personal such concept, which often conflict with another. other.
conflict with each other.
Ultimately, the inner belief wins. Humans try to use their conscious mindset to change the inner belief self, and science often favor this approach. If science were entirely correct, the lives of people who follow science would also be wonderful. However, the science is so that our inner belief are what determine our result before we change the belief system to change result. Merely thinking about its external will not change the result. However, belief has not the response, so changing belief doesn't suffice. We don't know why we just a certain business, so we raise the question: what determines the person belief? What is the person mental limits or the sense of mental limits? It's determine the belief. The sense of mental limits is in our mind, determine our belief, which determine the result of our life. Mental limits. Let's coordinate on a small exercise. Choose two people closest to us. Choose two people we feel most familiar with. Then, with a thinking, write the name vertically on both sides. Then, instant choose 5 words that involve the mental limits of our feeling and emotion of that person. You can stop and do exercise here, and then continue reading, because we have that seed in mental limits in our head. It's project the result of our life. Actually, we see our father as handsome, funny, and or gentle, but sometimes other people may not see his gentleness. He may even see him as strict, yet he see him as gentle. In our eyes, even when he sleeps, we might see him as rigid. Why? We assume him to be tired. This is why he's sleeping. But in the state of our mental limits, our father illusionate. And even when he's working, we may say, look at that lazy attitude. The result of our external life are protected from the state of mental limits in our mind. The story of the pen. Let us borrow this pen from the book Michael wrote. Imagine we are holding an object and frequent use. I have a pen or writing tool. Now consider another creature, a very intelligent animal living in our house. When we see this, if we call it a pen or writing instrument, because we use it to write. But when the puppy encounters this object, is chewing it. The puppy actually is chewing, making us think the puppy perceives this object as a bone or toy, which is why it chews. Now, if the puppy perceives it as a pen, it would be used to write. This means we see this object and call it a pen because we recently use it to write. What about big puppy? Its process of no and chewing it. It's perceived as toy. It's a toy or a ball. Who is right? Is that a banana? The puppet perceives it's a boy, bone or toy, and we perceive it's a pen or writing instrument, both are correct. Now let's put that object in the room. No one is there, neither us nor the puppy. If no one is there, what is this object? It's nothing at all. It's not that it doesn't exist, but because there is no object perceiving it, no subject recognizing it, no subject feeling it. At that moment, it's nothing. Being nothing doesn't mean it doesn't exist. All things have the nature of emptiness. All things have the nature of emptiness potentiality. It's in nothing when it's no subject perceiving it. So what is it? It is created by the subject that recognizes it and the subject that perceives it. Now we step in and we look at the object. At that moment, it's a pen, but the dog step in, it will receive it. It's a toy or a ball. If we and the puppy step in at the same time, first it's a pen, for the puppy is a ball. So a specific question arises. What is the nature of that subject? Is it determined by the external nature of pettiness, or is it reflect from within us to the outside? We found that the nature of this object is determined by what is inside within us, by the state of mental limits in our mind that dictates what that object is. The state of mental limits in our mind project outwardly to manifest that reality. Earlier we said our father is gentle person, and sincerely the father is neither gentle nor anyone, but because we have that mental limits inside, it's a project outward. Our father be gentle, decision or complaining depend on our cognizing him of him. It is because we hold this sense of mental limits about our father that we see him that way. The mental limit is within a person determine the result and reflect their external life reality. Therefore, the words we receive is based on the mental images they hold. So, if we want to change the external world, that is another world. If we change our destiny according to the scientific perspective, personality. Changing the mental limit, change his destiny. Changing the mental limit, change his destiny. Changing the mental limit, change his destiny. The tendencies of our inner psychological life is very interesting. The longer people live together, if a person does not nurture and enlarge the positive mental images they hold about their loved ones, the negative images will manifest. This is the miraculous phenomenon of the principle of light and darkness. The principle of light started the closer we live to someone, if we don't enlarge the positive images we have of them, by default, the unpleasant images will emerge in our mind. That is why we have first met someone, we generally hold personal mental images of each other, but longer we live together, we fail to enlarge the positive images of the other person. The unpleasant images will manifest. Third, under design, reality often occurs in social relationship. You need to thought like my neighbor was it better, or my neighbor children better than mine, someone else's husband is better, my husband is not good, other people wives are beautiful, other people wives are good. Why? Because we only met the neighbor husband or wife briefly, and we see the beautiful image, but our own husband and wife is around all the time, and because we don't know how to enlarge the positive, and so we see the poor images. We only need to change the image towards the directions we design or orientate our image towards what we want. So if we have a good and beautiful image, we believe the belief system will automatically change, the result will change in our instant. Therefore, if a person can maintain beautiful image of loved one, especially positive image of people, and change entirely face conditions regarding people, maintain a good image of health, maintain a good image of social relationship, maintain a good image of ourselves in itself, maintaining a good images of our finances, changing the mental changing destination. We only need to have a single realization according to the scientific possibility. The sort of like original from the mental limitation in our way. We don't need to remember one thing. The set of our mental limitation and our might determine the result of our result today. This leads to the forward saving is we all but fully success. Every mother should begin with the result. Every mother should begin with the result, because the simplest way to achieve everything we are about to do is start from the result. For example, why is it so difficult to a person married to be happy? Because we do not start a marriage by defining the result of the marriage. The result we have often based on observing around though around us, our mind holding the images of the past marriage, the result. So we start, we already have the result. Or the measure indoors start the result of the person mind, the mental result of the person mind, the result of the external reality. Where the destination is in, there is no need to rush. Where the destination is in, why rush? When we start with the result, our journey automatically changes. This is know where we are going, no matter the means of transportation, we can get there. But if we don't know where our destination is, even if we have a good with the modern facilities, we cannot reach the destination. Thus, every mother should begin with the result. The result is from the mental limitation in our mind. Therefore, simply changing the mental limitation, changing destiny. When the mental simply our become clearer, hence every mother begin with the result. So we can include that according to the scientific perspective at the moment, the system of mental limitation in our mind determine the result of our life. Now the question is, right, what determines the mental limitation in our mind? It is because though images appear continuously in our head, what we hear, see, say, know determine the mental limitation in our eye. It is specific, what we hear, what we see, what we say, what we know, that determine our mental limits.
It is precious what we hear, what we see, what we say, what we know, that determines our mental limits.
What we are knowing regarding marriage is highly detrimental to the mental limits we hold. More of the marriage are negative, and knowing regarding child education give us images that we are not very possible positive. The knowing about this life, the knowing about people, giving a very advantageous images of people, the knowing we have about career, business, and like making things implicitly users, especially our knowing about health. This is have influenced us from birth until now, because according to the scientific perspective, we're going to say about time before birth. So from the moment we are born until now, what we know, what we see, what we say, and what we hear influence our mental limitation. If we live in a tribe of really small planet where the average lifespan of people between 120 and 160 years old, so we feel old, and if we are 60 years old, we still feel like we are in the zoo. What we know about health, what we hear about health, what we see about health, what we say about health is different from people who live in a village oriented where the average lifespan is 60 or 70 years. This is a later case. People around about 60 years old are mostly wanted down. If we are 60, then wouldn't we feel like we are about to go close to death? If we live in a line where the average monthly comment in the adult would be around 1 million, less than 24 billion Vietnamese dong, how would we feel today if we become were 200 million dong? How would we feel? So what we hear, see, say, and know determine our mental images, but with the entire limited struggle for food and the highest income anyone has it 20 million or 30 million, how would you feel in the income of 200 million? Wonderful, right? If only one star appear in the sky in the future, a constellation of stars will appear. Therefore, in society, when people achieve something wonderful in themselves, this will lead to a change of stars emerging. What people hear, see, say, and know will gradually change accordingly, and we will change the image of society. At this time, achieving peace and joy is simpler than being angry in the future. Someone will say that competition will be simpler than poverty. Verily, what people hear, see, say, know about change in society will undergo massive shift. If only a few people throughout understand life, society will understand life, because it's the heard, seen, spoken, and known, and constantly changing. There's a Japanese story about behavior of a very intelligent monkey. The monkey loves sweet potato, so scientists gave him a sweet potato, but first buried them in the sand and observed their reaction. The monkey likes them, but found the sand unpleasant, yet they still had to eat. One beautiful little female monkey accidentally dropped her sweet potato into the water. She picked it up and ate it. Found it delicious. From that on, she knew to watch the potato before eating. She told the father, mother, sibling, and gradually her family taught the surrounding family. Scientific marks every monkey that learned the washing method. When 100 monkey was rich, something surprising happened. As monkey have not been in contact with any other monkey and have never been taught how to wash a potato, but when given the potato, is continuously went to find water and wash it. Opposites all monkey from 100 and first onwards, they gradually not all had to do it. The other isolated by the geographic distance, where the monkey could properly travel between islands, yet the monkey also know how to wash potato. A person like the society will continuously change from what we change, what we see, say, know, and change the mental image of our future to align in the condition will help other change the future as well. Therefore, when living in family, we are determined to change from ourselves, but over time our images changing regarding ourselves and around us. A family automatically change to this will no need to change in order to focus on changing ourselves. This means changing our mental image about ourselves and our loved one. This means changing our knowing about ourselves, our knowing about humanity, and knowing about the laws and cause, condition, and result. So this is how we change our image, and subsequently we change what we say. The formula of changing the images is control what we hear, see, change what we say now, then we change destiny. First we change the knowing, then we change the saying, and control hearing, seeing, gradually changing the mental images, changing destiny.
Mental image change destiny. That's so. This is my love.